Hello, I, Professor Sagar Jagtap, Department of Instrumentation Engineering, AISSMS IOIT. Today we will going to see the registers in 8051. The course objectives and outcomes are the objectives to understand the registers in 8051, to understand the functions of registers in 8051. After learning the set of these registers, the students will be able to learn about the internal architecture of the registers in 8051 and importance of the various flag bits. In 8051 there are variety of the registers are there, and mostly these registers are the 8-bit. The register accumulator register A is 8-bit wide register. This registers is used to store the intermediate results generated by the arithmetics and the logical operations, as these registers can be accessed as a byte and the bit addressable. Then the second register is the extension registers. This registers is also called as a B register. Generally what happens if we doing the arithmetic operations like the multiplications and the divisions, then the result of these operations are the 16-bit in a width. The higher byte of this register, this mathematical operation, that is in a division and the multiplication, is stored in the register B, whereas the lower byte is stored in register A. In 8051 there are 8 general purpose registers, namely R0 to R7, and which is used to store the temporary data. In this figure we can see this register frame structures. The LSB is the least significant bit and the MSB represent the most significant bit. The lower 4 bits, bit D0 to D3, forms the lower nibble, and the higher 4 bits from bit number D3 to D7 forms the upper nibble. The program status word register is also referred as the flag register. This register is 8-bit register. This register holds the values of result generated after the arithmetics and the logical operations. The bit number D7 is the carry bit. This bit is a set when there is a carry is generated from the bit number D7. The bit number D6 is the auxiliary carry flag. This flag is a set when the carry is generated from the D3 to D4 bits. Bit number D5 and D1, these two bits are reserved for the user general purpose. The next two bits D3 and D4 forms the register banks. In the 8051 there are the 4 register banks. These 4 register banks can be selected by placing the values of D3 and D4. In this table we can see the various combination of the RS0 and RS1 bit, that is D3 and D1 bit. When we keep this bit as a 00, then we select the register bank 0 with address 00 to 7H. When we make this bit as a 01, then we select the bank 1. When we make this as a 10, we select the bank 2, and when we make these two bits are 11, then we select the bank 3. By default in 8051 we use the register bank 0. The next bit is the bit number D2, which is overflow flag. This flag is a set when there is a sign numbers arithmetic operation. The first bit D0 is the parity check bit. This bit represents the number of the ones in the result. If it is odd, then this bit is a set, and if the number of the ones in a result is a 0, then this bit is the cleared. The program counter register points to the address of next instruction to be executed. The program counter is a 16-bit wide register, means it can access the memory location 000 to the 4 times fh. So we can totally access the 64 kilobytes of the code. Data pointer register. This register is also 16-bit register or a 2-byte in a register. The data pointer register is split into the two registers. The first one, DPL, is the data pointer lower register, which is a 8-bit register, and the DPH is the data pointer higher register. The stack pointer is 8-bit register, and upon the reset, the stack pointer register initialized with the value 07 hex. The stack pointer can be accessed using the push, pop, call and return instructions. When writing a new data byte into the stack pointer is automatically incremented by 1. The writing the data in a stack pointer, the operation uses the push, and by using the instruction pop, we can retrieve the information from the stack memory so that your stack pointer is decremented by 1. In 8051, there are the 4 ports, port 0, port 1, port 2 and port 3. These ports is also configured as the 8-bit register. So total 32 pins can be formed by using these ports. These ports are also bit addressable or byte addressable. These ports can be configured as input by placing the value of 1 or by setting, and output by clearing. Upon reset, all these ports are configured as an input port, means these ports hold the values of 1. In the 8051, there are the two timers, timer 0 and timer 1. Both of these timers are the 16-bit timers. This timer registers is again split into the TL0 and TH0 for the timer 0, TL1 and TH1 for the timer 1. The timer control register. This timer control register is again 8-bit register. Its bits are used for generating the interrupts in internal or external. In this timer control register, the first 4 bits, that is the lower 4 bits, are used for the internal or external interrupts, and the higher 4 bits is used for the start or stop the timer. Here IT0 is the internal timer 0 interrupt. IE1 is the external interrupt for the timer 0. IT1 is the timer interrupt 1, and IE1 is the external timer interrupt 1. Similarly, this TR0 and TR1, these two bits, when we set, then we start the timer, and when we are stopping this timer, this TF0 and TF1 bits are cleared. The timer control mode register. This timer control mode register is again 8-bit register. The first 4 bits of this timer control registers are the M0, M1, C counter or a timer, and the gate. Now this timer 0, this M0 and M1 modes are also similar to this M0 and M1 mode of the timer 1. When we put this mode as a 00, that is mode 0, the timer counter registers acts as a 13-bit mode, where this is a 8-bit timer and the 5-bit prescaler. In mode 1 is a 16-bit mode. The THX and TLX waves are cascaded. The mode 2 is a 8-bit auto reload mode. The 8-bit auto reload timer counter, the THX hold a value which is to be reloaded into TLX each time it overflows. When we use the timer 3, it is a split mode. The bit number D3 is counter or a timer. When we put this bit as a 0, then we use it as a counter. The gate bit is used to stop the timer or counter by hardwarely or by the software. The serial control register. The serial control register is again this 8-bit register. This is used to program the start bit, stop bit and the data bits of data framing. These registers, RI is a receive interrupt flag, TI is a transmit interrupt, then RB8 and TB8, these bits are not widely in use. Then the bit number D5 is a receive enable bit. Then SM2 bit is used for the multiprocessor communication. SM0 and SM1 bits are the serial port mode specifier bits. Serial buffer register is a 8-bit register. It is also the 8-bit registers. While receiving or transmitting the data through this TXD and the RXD line, the data is holds in this serial buffer register. There are the two serial SBUF registers in the 8051, namely SBUF 0 and the SBUF 1 for the port 1 and the serial port 2. Then the power control register is again 8-bit register. This 8-bit register is used to double the baud rate. In this figure we can say when the crystal oscillator frequency is divided by the 12, when we keep this bit number D7 as a 1, then we divide this bit as a 16, and when we make this SMOD bit as a 0, which is a serial mode bit, then we double the speed rate. The interrupt enable register is again 8-bit register. If I make the bit number D7 is a 1, then we are enabling all the interrupts, which is called as unmasking. And when we keep this bit number D7, that is EA, interrupt enable all, then we are masked all the interrupts, means the interrupts are not working. Then the interrupt priority register is again, it is a 8-bit register. Thank you.